Over the last 48 hours, in the aftermath of the disgusting violence, the murder, the public assassination of Charlie Kirk, somebody who was just out there to speak to people, to talk to people who had different opinions, to engage in debate, and he was brutally gunned down. In the aftermath of that, the vast majority of normal people out there have been sending their condolences. They're horrified at these acts, but not everyone. Not everyone is horrified. In fact, some people are celebrating, including in the gaming space. We've talked about the Sucker Punch dev that apparently has now been fired after celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination. There are people at Bethesda who are celebrating. There are people at indie game studios that are celebrating. There are people at Blizzard that are celebrating. All these people will get their time. We will go through each and every one of these people. But right now, I want to talk about the journalists, the games journalists, including going all the way back to, ethics in games journalism, the beginning of Gamergate, Nathan Grayson. Nathan Grayson of Rock, Paper, Shotgun, of Kotaku, then the Washington Post, and now, of course, he's got his own site, Aftermath. The very same person who failed to disclose the romantic relationship with Zoe Quinn while he was peddling her fucking game. One of the most vile people in the gaming journalist space, and that's saying something, quite frankly, had a take about Charlie Kirk. And you can see the summary of his take right here in what he tweeted. Rest in piss to Charlie Kirk after he wrote this article on his site, Aftermath. Okay, but you do know you're eulogizing Charlie Kirk, right? This is where he's shaming everybody that is offering their condolences. This is where he's saying you shouldn't be saying sorry. You shouldn't be saying this is a horrible thing. And he tries to convince you that Charlie Kirk actually is this racist, vile, evil human being that perpetuated all this stuff on the world and that people should be celebrating and should not be mourning his loss. That's what the purpose of this article is. That's what the purpose of this is, in saying, these bad things happen everywhere. There's terrible things happening in Gaza right now, and he's part of the problem. There's terrible things happening here, and, he supports Trump, and that's why these things are happening. So really, you shouldn't feel bad about Charlie Kirk dying. You shouldn't feel bad about an innocent man. You shouldn't feel bad about somebody who was just speaking, somebody who was just talking to people with other opinions. You shouldn't feel bad about that man and his wife and children who are now left shattered. You shouldn't feel bad. That's what game journalist Nathan Grayson is saying, right? Kirk's death, much like his life, took place on stage. Much of his life took place on stage. Despite the artificiality of such a setting, it makes him more real to some Americans, and clear to those eulogizing him. More real than the Democratic lawmaker and her husband who were killed just a few months ago by crazy Democrats, by the way. More real than the 11 people killed last week by the U.S. government. It was certainly an illegal strike on a boat in the Caribbean. Oh my gosh, people breaking the law, people smuggling shit in here. Oh my gosh. More real than the tens of thousands, or more likely hundreds of thousands of Palestinian civilians. Kirk's violent rhetoric helped shape the world, yet has been deemed civil by those on both sides of the political divide. So here's the thing, Nathan. Here's the crazy thing. Nathan Grayson, you piece of human shit. You piece of garbage. Here's the thing. Maybe if both sides of the political aisle are saying that, hey, this is just somebody who has a different opinion, maybe you're the one who's fucked up. Maybe you're the deranged piece of shit. And you know what? You do have to be deranged if you get banned on Blue Sky. And that's what happened to Nathan Grayson, and now he's complaining about it. Typically, I'd be the last person to say Blue Sky is dying, but it's not going to last long if it keeps this shit up. He's mad. He's furious to the point where he wrote another article that he got locked. He got banned on Blue Sky for saying rest in piss. For saying that the thing that is still up on Twitter, ironically, he got banned on Blue Sky for that. And Blue Sky, I'm sure they're having a field day with everything that's going on right there. Trust me, people are watching everything that people are saying on Blue Sky. They're reposting it. They're putting it out there. You people, you might be in your echo chamber. You might be in your fucking hug box. But we're documenting everything that you freaks are saying right now. And as disgusting as a lot of the stuff they're saying, you know what? They shouldn't be killed for it. Nobody should be. Nobody should be taking violence for people over words. That is ridiculous and it's ludicrous, including in the case of Nathan Grayson and all these other devs that are saying these vile things right now because they're speaking, right? It is not violence to say something. And so Nathan Grayson, once again, he's got over a decade of being just a complete and total scumbag, but now once again, taking this opportunity to show his true colors. These people have no shame. No shame at all. Games journalist. We've been talking about them for a decade. They've completely fallen out of so much relevance for reasons just like this because they are so trapped in this little ideological echo chamber that no one else exists and they can't understand why the rest of the world is acting like this. You are the freaks. You are the weirdos. And this Charlie Kirk thing has been so tragic and disgusting, and it has revealed the very worst of the worst people. Nathan Grayson is one of them. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. We'll talk to you later.